Hello, my name is Paul Lappiner, and thank you for joining me today. The question that I'm asked frequently is, at the time of my passing, depending upon how my assets are titled, how do they transfer? Well, that's a great question, and one that is relatively complex, and people do not really give much consideration, because how assets transfer at the time of your demise is imperative to ensure that that financial blueprint, that estate plan, is in conformity with your wishes. Let me give you a couple of examples. If you have an IRA or you have a pension plan, you have designated in that IRA or pension plan who the beneficiary is. That IRA or pension or 401k transfers by operation of law, meaning that you have designated a specific individual who will receive it, and at the time of your death, that will transfer automatically to them. No probate, outside of your will, outside of your revocable trust. Many people don't realize that assets will transfer outside of your will, outside of your revocable trust. What else transfers outside of my will or revocable trust? Well, if you have an annuity has a beneficiary designation. That also transfers by what we refer to as contract. So there you have that beneficiary designation, and it transfers automatically to that beneficiary. Now, is that the ideal set of circumstances on how you want those monies transferred? That's a subjective consideration, but one that needs to be considered. Life insurance is another example. Life insurance has a named beneficiary. So at the time of your death, that named beneficiary will receive those insurance proceeds from your insurer. Also outside of the will, also outside of your revocable trust. If you have assets that are jointly titled, either between a husband and wife, which are referred to as tenants by the entirety, or jointly titled with rights of survivorship, that also transfers automatically to the survivor, outside of your will, outside of your revocable trust. What if I have a bank account and I've named a beneficiary? Those accounts are commonly referred to as POD or TOD accounts or payable on death accounts. That too is passed outside of probate, and it goes automatically to that named beneficiary, outside of the will, outside of your revocable trust. So when you look at the complexity of your financial picture, you need to also take into account how these various assets are going to transfer at the time of your passing. Because if you don't, more often than not, those assets transfer inappropriately or not ideally. Seek the services of a qualified attorney. Give me a call so we can discuss these matters in a little bit greater detail. And I'll be delighted to give you some thoughts and comments in terms of what would be best suited for you and your situation. Thanks, and have a great day.